Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be going over the Diablo 4 developer stream that just happened recently. And what I want to do is go through some of the most important talking notes that I noticed during the developer stream and give you the highlights if you weren't able to catch it live and all of that. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, I will link to the text version that you see over there on the right side. If you want to be able to scroll through some of my notes and analysis on your end, that'll be linked down below in the video description, the show notes, and that type of stuff. So, okay, first of all, the most important thing to take note of is the beta. The beta is going to be starting on March 17th for people that have pre-ordered the game. They'll have access to an early access kind of beta, and then there will be an open beta on March 24th. So coming up in like just over 2 weeks for the closed beta, and then just over 3 weeks for that open beta. And both phases of the beta will allow players to play Act 1 and level up to a maximum level of level 25. Also, progress will carry over from that first closed beta into the open beta, but no progress in any beta, either one, will carry over to the live version of the game. Everybody will be starting from scratch on the release date, which is currently set for June 6th, 2023. And the early access beta will have 3 classes available for play: the barbarian, the rogue, and the sorcerer. And then the open beta will add in the necromancer and druid, so you'll have the 5 classes to choose from in the open beta, but limited to those 3 on that first closed beta. Also, something really interesting that Blizzard is going to be doing this time around is each customized character will be featured in the actual cinematic cutscenes in game while you're playing. So that is really, really cool. You're gonna get to see your actual character that you created. It's not gonna be like Diablo 2 where you just see like a random lore story, and Diablo 3 and stuff like that. You're gonna actually see your character's face in the cutscenes. There will also be a preload option, which is where you can when you can download the game a little bit early so that you can play right away the first minute that things are open, and that will happen about a week before the beta is set to launch. So here in the next like 7 to 12 days, you'll probably get like a preload option if you pre-ordered the game, so you can install it a little bit early. And given what we see with like the minimum PC specs, it's probably going to be like 30 to 40 gigabytes in terms of an early preload. Couch co-op will be available for console players, so if you've got a gathering there at your place in person, you'll be able to, if you got like your Xbox or your PlayStation, you'll be able to do some couch co-op on Diablo 4. There is a limit to how many people you will see in the open world that will adjust based on the content you are currently in. They said they did want Diablo 4 to feel a little bit more desolate. They didn't want you to see hundreds of players everywhere. They want kind of like that creepy despot environment where you feel like the walls are closing in and you're alone, but you will be able to see other players in the game. Ultra wide monitors will be supported up to a 3-to-1 ratio. Anything past that 3-to-1 ratio on like the hyper wide monitors will have black bars on the screen. Controller support will be in the game right away from launch. I know, especially after Diablo Immortal's release, a lot of people probably got used to playing with a controller on Diablo, so that will be in the game right away from launch. I know lots of people will be excited about that. And then this is something that I think is insanely important. This is like the most important thing for Diablo 4 to be successful, in my opinion. Seasons will be happening pretty close to the game's launch, and even during the stream, the developers there, they referred to the release of the game as kind of like a pre-season, and seasons will be very different from each other, introducing all sorts of new mechanics and gameplay elements in each new season, which I think is a huge deal. We've seen this be really cool in Diablo 3, where we get awesome things like the Altar of Right and all sorts of different things to make like primal items and ramp up progress and try out different things. I've kind of been theory crafting for a while that Blizzard is using this as an opportunity to kind of just throw a bunch of darts at the board and try a bunch of stuff out in Diablo 3 and use it as a testing canvas for Diablo 4. So it's good news that we're going to be getting seasons right away. It's not going to be like Diablo 3 where we're waiting like 2 or 3 years for seasons. It looks like it's going to be just maybe a couple months, like 2 to 5 months, until we're getting that first Diablo 4 season. And they're going to be using it as an opportunity to introduce a bunch of new stuff to the game and make it exciting to dive in and try out that new season. So very, very good news in my opinion. Then some of the Diablo 2 purists will be excited about this next one. Rune words will be likely introduced at some point, but will not be available at release. Oh, I've got a little bit of a typo I've got to fix there. But yeah, anyway, rune words were confirmed that they're on the table, and they are going to be trying to add it to the game, but they aren't able to get it implemented into the systems by the time the game launches live on June 6th. And WASD or WASD movement will not be available, but it sounds like players will have a lot of control over customizing like what their left click does, what their right click does, what keys they want to be casting different abilities, and there will be a lot of different options to move around the map, so that hopefully gamers will have the capacity to play the game how they want to and how they are comfortable. The maximum party size will be 4 players, so similar to Diablo 3, and treasure goblins were confirmed that they will be in the game, so we'll all be able to hunt those treasure goblins and farm them for their loot. And this is also a big deal. We got the minimum requirements for PC. This is what they showed live on stream. So the settings to run Diablo 4 at 1080p native or 720p render on low graphics, 30 FPS. So yeah, not like the highest god tier settings here, but pretty reasonable, honestly, for a game coming out in 2023. An SSD with 45 gigabytes available. 45 gig is kind of low. You'd expect it to be like 70 or 80. So not too bad there on the space requirement. And then a GTX 660 or an AMD Radeon R9 280. 8 gigabytes of RAM is pretty low. Now, down below, they do dive into the recommended specifications, and this is going to be the medium graphics with 60 FPS. Still just 64-bit Windows 10, Intel i5, AMD R3, now 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's a little bit more in line. I do think most people, when they build PCs, they probably try to get at least 32 nowadays, though. And then an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970 or an AMD Radeon RX 370. And then still the same 45 gigabyte available space and all of that. So yeah, that was kind of like the main takeaways that I had from the Diablo 4 dev stream that they did yesterday. I watched the whole thing. They also talked about like armor mitigation and stuff like that, but it's going to be a little bit technical to kind of like do some quick hit analysis on, and that'll be something more like playing it and doing a dedicated video on how damage mitigation works and the different stat goals and stuff like that to hit. That will obviously be covering here on the channel as soon as the beta goes live on March 17th. I'll be part of that early access beta, covering it for you as much as I can, and then all of us will be able to play on March 24th during the open beta phase. And like I said earlier, the release date is currently set for June 6th, 2023. So going to be happening in just over 3 months. We'll have the live global release of Diablo 4. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, and remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy Diablo content. I'll see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.